Tropical Country is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. When planning your next getaway, trust Joe Leo and his staff to make the most of your budget and design the perfect getaway. They specialize in cruises, all-inclusive resort, destination weddings, and much, much more. JBL Travel Group is only one phone call away, so give them a call at 732-831-5200. It doesn't cost you any extra, so why wouldn't you? Goaltending Services, GTS Charters in Key West, Florida. They offer unique, private, custom charters you can choose from 4-hour, 6-hour, half-day, or even full-day excursions. Plus, they will provide you with all the amenities that you need while out on the water. But before you get on the boat, make sure you visit GTS Outfitters. GTS Outfitters is Goaltending Services retail store. They have everything you're going to need for your day out on the water. You can grab drinks, snacks, as well as get your GTS merchandise and souvenirs from local Key West artists. GTS Outfitters is located above the Hurricane Hole restaurant at the dock. For more information about charters or the Outfitter store, give them a call at 305-916-0990. Also brought to you by Party Dog Entertainment. Party Dog Entertainment is B-Dawg and Lou's event DJ service. They offer a customized DJ experience. They will work with you to create a custom playlist for your event, regardless if you have a graduation, a wedding, birthday party. It doesn't matter what the occasion. B-Dawg and Lou will create the perfect playlist for your event. B-Dawg and Lou are always the life of the party and will make sure that your group stays engaged and has a great time. Party Dog Entertainment is located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but B-Dawg and Lou will travel to your event within a reasonable distance. For more information, give them a call, 423-847-2454, or email at partydogentertainment@gmail.com. Party Dog Entertainment, it's a howling good time. Tropical Country is broadcasting live on TikiManRadio.com, the free Tiki Man Radio app, and the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. MFG Records, music for grown-ups.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day!
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long time. When these riders and ropers give it their best, we'll show them how loud the hometown crowd can get. 'Cause tonight, y'all, we all got a little bit of cowboy deep inside. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. This is Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou. I am B-Dawg, and of course, she is Lou.
Hi, y'all.
Now, Uncle Alex is in the house. Well,
Oh, you don't even have his mic on.
I do have his mic on.
Oh.
Last time he did that, he switched the microphone off, I figured. So look at the switch.
Hold on, now I'm a-checking.
There
Yep,
you
you were off.
I did not, but hi, y'all.
The last time that you lost that and everything, I went all over everything.
Yeah, you did.
Everything, trying to figure out what was wrong, and here it was. Is when you evidently the way the microphone was in there, I don't know when
It touched
adjusted, and it just turned itself off. So
I know nothing.
oh well. Hey, it's going to be a great show. We have finally started to recover from the wild week that we had last week. 4 days of a lot of work, a lot of fun, and it was great.
I had a great time.
That's what we call a working vacation.
That's right. That's right. We got to see a lot of our friends in Nashville. Got to meet a lot of new people. Listen to a lot of new music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were kind of everywhere.
That's right. They were everywhere. Yeah, that's pretty. You're right. We were pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
While we were in Nashville, of course, we did a lot of interviews, and we actually did some interviews that we didn't even have on our schedule.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I think all in all, we did 14 interviews, and that was just what we did backstage at Fanfare X.
Yeah.
Back in the media room where they have all the important people sitting here doing, CMT's back there doing TV, and iHeartRadio's back there. So we're back here mingling with all the industry professionals.
Yeah.
Pretending that we belong.
You do belong.
I'm not going to lie.
Don't pretend.
Well, thank you, Uncle Alex. I'm not
Thank
going to
you.
lie. I had a little bit of imposter syndrome going on. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's right. I tell you, we had our interviews ranged from everywhere from signed Nashville recording artists to Grammy Award winners to American Idol contestants, America's Got Talent contestants. I tell you,
Independent artists.
and also artists that you're well known that we found out new information about.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I think all but one that we spoke to and interviewed for the show was an independent artist, which was amazing because there's a lot of these people that are on the radio.
Yeah.
That you hear on mainstream radio, and then turn to find out that they are independent artists just plugging along, and they're just lucky that they've had a song hit. A local radio station here or there has picked it up and it's playing it on the radio. So, which is very, very cool.
One of the interesting things to me, a lot of these folks, whenever they emailed and I made the appointment for the interview, they would email and say, "Hey, check out my person. Do you want to set up an interview time?" And so we would check them out, and the ones that we decided to schedule, they would send us talking points just so we would know a little bit of the highlights and what they're currently promoting and things like that.
And what not to talk about.
Yeah, we didn't get any of that this year, but yeah, they do put that on some of those. And so it was really interesting to me. I think there was only, out of the 14 that we did, there were only 2 that did not include their social media following.
Right.
All of them included how many views they've gotten on TikTok, how many views they've gotten on Spotify, all of that kind of stuff. And I thought that was really interesting because we've talked several times about how that is a big thing now to the record labels is what your social media is like.
Yeah, and
that was proof right there.
And the one artist that we spoke to has a combined, out of the songs that they have put out there on all the streaming services, combined 7 million streams.
Yeah.
And they're still an independent artist, which is
Yep.
very, very interesting as to try to figure out, the industry, what they're looking for, and how does that person get it, or,
have they turned it down?
What's it take?
Exactly. If they don't have one after
what
that.
does it take? I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, 7 million streams on the music that they've put out on, the different streaming services.
Yeah.
They've done music videos that they've put out on YouTube, and they're still independent artists.
Takes that one.
So, and surprisingly enough, we spoke to a very well-known recording artist who was
Left.
who was on a major record label, toured the country, has had #1 hits, left the record label to become an independent artist. So intentionally.
Yeah.
So we've met all kinds of people and heard all kinds of stories.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, we have so much footage and videos and everything. Lou was trying her damnedest to have a video that was edited and everything for tonight so that we could debut a big video for y'all. And I tell you,
next week.
She's going. That's her goal is next week.
Yeah.
So
can't do it all in 1 week. Or
I'm
3
hoping.
weeks.
So
I'm hoping.
and it may be a series because
Break
there
it
was
down.
so much. We're not going to sit here and do like a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
It may be a slew of like little 5-minute videos here. Snippets
Yeah.
of videos, and because I'll tell you, there was a lot. This was the cool thing when we started interviewing people was, I was there were some of them I was literally nervous about because, I knew who they are. I know the following they got. And, some of them, they're right on that verge. There was, a couple of them that I was, like, they're up here.
When I saw you at Lee Greenwood, I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Lee Greenwood was
and for an interviewer, the best thing that ever happened to me is when the artist comes in there and the artist puts me at ease.
Yeah.
And sitting there and laughing and joking, comes up and gives you a big old hug and like, "How you doing, brother? Nice to meet you." It was cool that the reception that we got from a lot of the artists. I even had one artist they scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And everything. So, it's just, it's one thing, a celebrity, I consider them celebrities that, hey, nice to meet you. You stick your hand out to shake their hand, be professional, and they take your hand and then jerk you into them and get a death grip hug on you. It's like, wow. And you find out, that behind the celebrity, there is
just people.
They're human beings. They love contact. We've had a couple of them threaten that they are going to come down here, and we're going to be sorry when they do. I'll tell you that story about that group coming up. But they told us is we'll come down and visit you, but you got a kitchen because
give them a big old
because we come down, we going to cook. Yeah, I'm like, y'all are well-known musicians, and you're telling us that you're going to come visit us and you're going to cook for us.
Yeah.
So that was, the interactions that we had
for
cool.
us. Some wanted me to cook dinner for them. Sure.
Yeah.
Some wanted us to take them over here to the pool
And just sit and get drunk.
Just sit and get drunk all day.
Why not?
Yeah, we were like, come on down.
Off grid.
That's right.
That's right. So to say that the week was full of surprises, a lot of fun. We started a week out on Monday. We were graced with the opportunity to be media guests of the Tennessee Folds of Honor, who host the Rock and Jock celebrity softball tournament or game. They're in the baseball stadium, Sounds, home of the Nashville Sounds, and they gave us media passes and welcomed us in as guests, and that's how we got to go down on the field, and we got to, like I said, I posted a picture because for me it was just like, did that just really happen? Did I just interview Lee Greenwood? Now, granted, it was only like 2 or 3 questions because, they were getting ready for a ball game. But the cool thing is he walked up to us.
Yeah.
He's like,
super nice guy.
He was like, how are you guys doing? We're like, we're doing wonderful. He was like, would you like to do an interview? We're like, yes, we would. because I wasn't exactly sure to, what to say. It wasn't nothing we prepped for, because we didn't know exactly because it was the first time we'd ever been there.
We didn't know. We knew we would be able to go on the field and do some interviewing, but we didn't know what that procedure was. If we walked up to them while they were warming up, or if they kind of all stood in a line, or if it was going to be like all of us media back and we each get to ask one question. They didn't really say.
No.
And we didn't know. We knew Lee Greenwood was supposed to sing for the 7th inning stretch. Mm-hmm. We didn't know that he was going to be on the field pregame.
Right.
And so when he came walking up pregame, Brian, a lot of you already know this, but he was in the Marine Corps and he was part of Desert Storm. And so when the Gulf War was going on, that's when God Bless the USA really got huge.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, he told us that night that he actually wrote it in 1983.
Yes.
We didn't hear it until in the 90s for the Gulf War. So,
and it became an anthem from there on.
Yeah, and it became the anthem for that. I remember like all of the high school and college sports were playing that song along with the national anthem. It was a big thing. And so for those of us who were, the Gulf War was our first big war.
Plus it was televised.
Yeah, and it was the first televised war. It was a really big deal to know that we were going to be able to watch him sing that song in person. And Uncle Alex and I were talking before the show. Lee Greenwood is 85 years old.
I've
did
seen
not
him several
realize.
times in Deerfield Beach, and he actually sang to my daughter. She was about 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Pigeon Forge. And
Well, let me tell you about
Yeah,
the
I had no
85-year-old
idea.
man. Like I said, we interviewed him, and we're standing there and have a softball, and he's like, "You want me to sign that?" And we're like, "Sure." So
Brian was literally starstruck.
So he
I would be, yeah.
he autographed the softball for us, and was like, "This is really cool." He was telling us about, the project that he's got going on right now around God Bless the USA, and we'll let that be part of the interview that we'll put in there. But he's got a special project that goes around with it, as long as just celebrating America. So that was pretty cool. But later in the game, because he was in the dugout. He sung at the 7th inning stretch, and then but after that 7th inning stretch was like in the 8th inning, he actually came out and took a bat.
He did.
Yeah, that's what Lou said.
Okay, he hit the ball.
Yep.
85 years old. He hit the ball, ran to first base in cowboy boots.
Yes, he did. Cowboy boots and blue jeans.
I need a picture.
Yes.
With some
I think I might have it on video.
with some help of some poor fielding on the other end.
Yeah.
He did score a single.
Yeah.
And it was funny because as soon as he hit first base, he turned around and was like, "I need a runner."
I need a picture.
Yeah.
So, but for 85 years old, that was pretty
I just
impressive.
looked it up today because I knew that he looked
I figured
older.
he was mid-70s, early.
Yeah, I thought he was in his 70s. Yes.
I knew he looked older, but I wasn't sure. And when Uncle Alex and I were talking about it, I looked it up. 85.
Wow.
He's 85 years old. And he was...
That makes it even more impressive.
God
Right?
bless him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was a cool moment for sure.
Absolutely. And of course, doing that, we interviewed... Lou actually did some interviews out there on the field. She interviewed Breland, if you're familiar with...
No, I didn't. I
Breland.
just chatted with
Well,
him.
she chatted with Breland real quick because he was actually on his way through. Breland actually sang the Star Spangled Banner to actually open up the... and I wasn't real familiar with his music.
I just wasn't a fan, to be honest.
And
but
I wasn't a
good
fan...
Lord, can that boy sing?
I wasn't a fan of his either because, the first couple songs I heard, it was more almost like a hip-hop country kind of thing. And
It's becoming a big thing.
And I'm just like, let me tell you what, that boy stepped out there on that mound and sang the Star Spangled Banner, and he sang his ass off.
And respectfully.
Wow, and respectfully.
Like he didn't, how some people...
Put their own twist.
Yeah, some
take the
people
liberties
do their...
to it,
yeah, because they make it more about them than the anthem. Breland did not. He made it all about the anthem. He was very respectful. But he also hit a couple notes in there that I was like, wow. Like, that boy can sing.
That's right.
I had no idea.
And it made me want to go out and start looking at his other music.
Yeah.
And his music is very diverse.
Yeah.
To say, he is country in a way because of where he comes from. I mean, he has a song that's straight up country, but it's a country song that'll take you to church.
Yeah.
And, it's something he sings it, you automatically put yourself in a Pentecostal church because it's hallelujah. You want to dance and clap your hands.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And he's got he does have a very diverse catalog of music. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to practice what I've always preached. And I went out there, I've checked out his other music, and I found songs of his that I actually really like.
And he is a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, he is.
He was out there on the field just like every time music would come on, he'd be out there dancing. And then at one point, somebody, you know how you see in the skits, they like run into each other?
Yeah, that happened.
Somebody really plowed him on accident. He did a flying flip in the air.
His glasses went
flying. He went rolling across
and
the
still
grass.
made the throw. Still made the throw to second.
Yes, he picked up the ball and made the throw to second. So, and then he's bent over out there laughing like crazy because the whole thing was just comical to watch. But that happened a couple times, and I was told that at some point his glasses broke. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
For being a bunch of celebrities mixed in with some jocks, and the whole thing is for charity.
Yeah,
they take it seriously. They
did it first.
They did take it seriously, and then the score just got out of hand, and then it was just like then it became fun watching the Follies out there because then they didn't care, and they just became entertainers. They started doing what they do best, and that was entertain people. We ran into non-country side, we ran into Chris Kirkpatrick, who's one of the founding members of NSYNC.
Listen,
so
never in my life did I think I would get to watch Chris Kirkpatrick sing and do the dance for Bye Bye Bye.
Well, maybe he's closet country.
Well,
maybe.
Well, he actually lives in Nashville.
Yeah,
that we found out.
And he has a little boy with him. He
had his little boy there,
so cute.
And it wasn't like it was planned. What it was the house announcer actually during the one break actually just put NSYNC up there and started Bye Bye Bye. And as soon as that happened, his whole team, because he was sitting in the dugout, and his whole team looked at him and was like, you want to get out here?
Yeah.
So he came out. So then he's like trying to get everybody else to do it, and then he's like, "Fine." And so then he went into the dance and just started singing. So and then immediately you saw everybody just in the crowd just jump up, and they're doing it with him. So so we got a smidget of an NSYNC concert at the Folds for Honor because of course being that it is recording artists and all that, it's not just country music artists there. There are some pop artists and everything.
There was a female WWE.
One of the ladies there was one of the WWE divas. Professional wrestler. She was on one of the teams.
And there was a race car driver.
Ross Chastain from NASCAR.
Oh wow.
He was one of the honorary.
Me.
Yeah.
Is it?
He was one of the honorary coaches. We didn't get to talk to him because he was in the dugout planning strategy.
Yeah, he was.
So, and of course, we didn't get to talk to everybody because some of them just kind of bypassed because they were really into this game is serious. So some of them we didn't get to talk to, but some of them we did. Lou got to go talk to, briefly, because one of Rachel's favorite artists is Warren Zeiders, and we ran in. He was in the dugout, so Lou asked him, "Hey, will you sign my softball?" He's like, "Absolutely." So he signed the softball. So we got a bunch of autographs plus interviewing.
After we give shout outs and play some music, I got a story for y'all about one of my interviews on that baseball field. I'm just saying.
Why are we going to wait? Lou, let me tell you, I found out that how easy it is for Lou to decide that she's going to leave me. Because Lou got to see and interview one of her celebrity crushes, and that would have been Mr. Charles Esten.
Deacon.
Of course, he was a Deacon on the TV show Nashville. Yes. He's also currently on the show The Outer Banks.
Yep.
And he's also a very accomplished recording artist as well.
Yeah, he really is. and during COVID, he was one that went live a lot. And he still does once in a while. And I like watching him on there. But he was one of the nicest people ever. Ever. And so I went up and I was asking him if I could interview him. And as soon as I
She's
asked,
shaking like a leaf.
I was going to say, her knees and
She
knocking.
is shaking like a leaf.
we were having a little argument. Like, I'm like, you go interview him. He's like, no, you go. You wanted to talk to him. I'm like, no, you go interview him.
I'm like, this is your celebrity crush.
This is
Yeah.
the other Neil
You
McCool.
have the
Yes, this is
opportunity
the other Neil McCool.
to talk
Okay.
to your one of your celebrity crushes. You're
Yeah.
going to go do the interview.
Exactly.
Because most of the time I'm the cameraman because I don't like, So anyway, I hollered for him. He came over and he walked up. And as soon as Brian put the camera up,
He thought I was taking a picture.
he thought I was taking a picture. So he wrapped his arm around me and I started trying to talk at the same time. And he's
You
like, wait a
melted?
minute, we'll do that. Yes. Because he said, we'll do that in a second. And he pulls me in.
He puts his arm around her shoulder and he's come in here nice and close so we can get a picture together.
He smiled for the camera, sweetie. And I'm like,
And you
Hey.
can see the looks in her eyes that she doesn't know what to think. Like she's like looking at me going, is this really
Am I
happening right
being
now?
molested or is this really?
Oh no, she was enjoying every
I was-
minute
yeah,
of it. But
yeah.
she does. She has that look on her face as, is this really happening?
yeah,
So
it happened. Just saying.
So that was one of Lou's interviews, and of course, like
I
I
don't
said,
know how much of a real interview it was because it honestly is a blur.
Humana.
Yeah, I don't remember even what I said to him. I know at one point I asked him about Outer Banks. I did not mention Nashville because that's not his current thing.
right,
I did talk about Outer Banks and then I talked about music.
and then that was about it.
I don't remember anything else. But
She's going to have to go back and watch the video
Yeah,
just so she can try to
really am.
figure out exactly what
To
did
be
she say.
continued.
yeah.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, if he had said run away with me right then and there, she'd have been gone.
See ya.
She would have been gone.
I love you and all, but
Yeah,
And all.
yeah, she loves me and all, but
But
bye.
bye.
well, let me give a couple shout outs.
Yeah, let's do
real
some
quick.
let's do some shout outs. And also, if you out there if you've been to CMA Fest and you have a CMA Fest story and you want to share it, jump on that live chat there in the Facebook on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel.
Yep.
Courtesy of the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. Like and subscribe, and because you have to subscribe to get in that live chat. And tell us the story. But who we got to say hello to?
Want to say hello to Ed and Pat, first of all.
Ed and Pat. That would,
Hello, guys.
of course, that is
Yeah.
Ed the Train Man and Pat the Picture Girl. Ed is Get on the Peace Train every Monday night right here on Tiki Man Radio.
And then we've got Mr. Joe Legend himself. Joe Leo is out there.
Hey Joe, did you catch the sponsor video before the show? Let me know what you think. Do you like it or not? There was something that, listen, I have spent hours on record that. That is not something simple to put together because I get tongue tied. I don't like how things turn out. You record so much, then you got to cut, and then you got to paste to put here because the inflection in the voice is wrong or a word got cut off. And there's just a lot of piecing, aparting, and editing and stuff that goes into that. And I had worked for a while getting that up there because I wanted to do something good for our sponsors instead of me. Just same thing that I've been doing for the last 3.5 years, just talking about it as soon as we come on the air. I'm like, I like a lot of TV shows. They do that. Like the following show is presented to you by. So I wanted to do something like that. So that was my motivation behind that. So if you saw it, let me know. We'll go from there.
All right. Mr. Callie McCool is checking in from the West Coast. He is enjoying his summer
That
break.
is Mr. McCool. And of course, the student crew and him are all on summer vacay, and just like myself. And if I had my way, I wouldn't go back on vacay. I would have been staying in Nashville and doing what I love.
That's right. Miss Donna Cummings is out there. Hello to
Hello
you.
to Donna and the Panther.
Donna said she loves hearing about Nashville, so thank you for that. And Joe did not get to see it. He was with a client.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's okay, Joe.
It's okay. You'll have to go back and watch the replay, and it's right at the very beginning.
Sorry. Also want to give a shout out to Mr. Brian Burns.
Hey, Brian.
And Mr. John Ritter. Hello to you.
Hey, John. We haven't heard from him in a while.
I know.
So I've missed him.
Mr. Tim Sharon.
Tim Sharon of the Sharon Agency, singer, songwriter, and actor extraordinaire.
Sharoni.
The man of
Would
many
you say, Uncle
talents.
Alex?
Sharoni.
The Sharon. And Mr. Jonas Lawrence. Hello
Hey,
to
Jonas.
you. Scott King is out there.
Hey,
Hi,
Scott.
Fawn Ray.
Hi, Fawn.
Hello to you. Let me see here. Who else? Mr. Matt Van Fossen.
Well, hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. I'm going to tell you, Matt. Here's the deal. We've already talked about it. That there's only one reason why we won't be back doing media coverage at CMA Fest next year, and that's because we're going to be a part of your entourage, taking you from booth to booth to booth for your interviews, Mr. Superstar. So
That's right.
that's the only thing that's going to keep us from doing it. So because he is a superstar in the making.
That's right. And Mr. Mark Mulch. Hello,
Hey, Mark. Thank you very much to Mark. We got to go when we got up there on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes. I know. We skipped the show because we had things to do called networking and seeing friends.
That's right.
And, of course, over at the food market or the farmer's market, Mark organizes all of that over there, and so we went several of them.
Yeah.
So we went over there to say hi to Mark, and of course, our favorite girl band, American Blonde, was on stage performing full band show.
Yeah.
And we'd never seen their full band show before, and so we wanted to be able to see that. And then we hung out with Mark, got to meet Mark's girlfriend. She is absolute sweetheart.
Yes.
She's a keeper, Mark. I'm telling you, she's a keeper. And then we ended up, we had to leave just a little bit early because we hadn't even checked in at our accommodations yet. So,
Right.
So we left there, went and got checked in to get ready for what Thursday was to bring.
That's right. Well, hello to Tracy Bowman.
That would be my cousin. Hey, Tracy, I'm going to tell you what. Go back and look at my Facebook post if you haven't seen it yet. One of the artists that we interviewed last year, we interviewed him last year. He's been on the show. We talked to him, caught up with him again this year. And that is Mr. Jay Allen.
Yes.
Jay is actually going to be doing a celebrity event in Coshocton at the Moose Lodge for a charity. So I'm telling you guys, anywhere Coshocton, around Coshocton, I don't care if you're 40 miles away from Coshocton, if you can get into the Moose, go see Jay Allen.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he will take you on a ride. He will have you up and dancing, and he'll rip your heart out with a ballad the next minute. So
Yep.
he is going to be there, and I'll tell you, you just gotta,
You don't want to miss that.
you just gotta check out Jay, because it's just he's just a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
And talking about him, for those of you, like I said, we talked to him and interviewed him, and to just give you a little bit, because sometimes when you get to interviews, they're kind of rushed, and you don't catch everything. But just to give you the highlights, Jay, yes, and that's something I worked on as well. There's a little bit of information on Jay Allen. He was on NBC's The Voice. He's been featured, ABC World News, People TV, People Magazine, Forbes. He was selected as the highway on Sirius XM's one of their highway finds. And he, as the one that we talked about, he was spurred by the passing of his mother from Alzheimer's. He released that song, Blank Stares. That will absolutely...
That song is amazing.
That will absolutely rip your heart out.
Yeah.
And then he's got another song that I'm going to play that will get you up and want to go rock out. He has raised over $100 million to fight Alzheimer's.
Yep.
So, and I believe the event that he is going to be doing in Coshocton there at the Moose is actually a cancer benefit. But nonetheless, like he said, now his mission is to fight these diseases, and he does the music for fun.
Yep.
And you tell you what, not a better guy. On top of the interview, we did catch a live performance of him at one of the bars there in Nashville after we got done with all our interviews, and he totally rocks it. So
yeah.
You'd be missing out if you don't get over there to Shocked and Moose to say hello and to support the benefit and listen to some great country music.
I wish there was a moose around here.
I know, right?
It's like 70 miles, and I'm a member, and I was like, now
yeah.
I'm going to try and join the BFW. I'm like,
Right.
something local.
All right, who else we got?
So, Mr. Ed Kubiak, hello
Hey, Ed,
to
he
you.
is one of the conductors on that peace train.
Well, him and Felicia were at the beach
Hello
today.
to Felicia, the appetizer girl.
Yeah. Mr. Dave Freeman, hello
Hey,
to
Dave.
you. And last but not least, the rock star herself, Miss Beth Travers.
MFG Records in the house. Hey, Beth.
And she is making
Yeah.
waves.
I'm very sad that we didn't get to catch up with you because
She left the night before we got there.
Yep, she left Nashville the night before we were there. There were other people that we wanted to catch up with who were in Nashville performing, but like I said, we spent majority of our days in interviews, and then our evenings running around trying to get footage from the artists that we interviewed. And Brooke Graham was in Nashville. And we didn't get to go over to see her. She commented on there about all the fun she had in Nashville. I told her I was so sorry that we didn't get there to see her. But we did catch up with some other friends as well. But talking about Mr. Jay Allen, how about let's just kick it in full gear with a song that he released last year, right after we talked to him. And it's so fitting for when the summer party is coming up. Yeah, not that long away. So, how about let's kick it off with a little Jello shot. Mr. Jay Allen, right here on Tropical Country.
I see colors, shade of lips that make me wonder, shape of hips that got my number, making my head bounce like a beach ball in summer. And I can't look away. You're brighter than a sunny day. If you're gonna shine that way, I'm gonna have to say, babe, hold on, wait a minute. Girl, you got a body, so do something with it. Come on, out in the middle. You're looking like a hot, so burn it up a little. You, me, I'll be the smooth and you'll be the sweet. Don't think, drink, give it everything you got. Baby, shake it like a Jello shot. Your kiss is candy. I can taste that Grey Goose in it. If I take one, I'll take too many. But watching you get low like a rainbow, I'm already so high, and I can't look away. You're brighter than a sunny day. If you're gonna shine that way, I'm gonna have to say, babe, hold on, wait a minute. Girl, you got a body, so do something with it. Come on. Out in the middle, you're looking like a hot, so burn it up a little. You, me, I'll be the smooth and you'll be the sweet. Don't think, drink, give it everything you got. Baby, shake it like a Jello shot. Shake it like an Alabama slammer. Shake it like it's apple pie. Shake it like it's rum and banana. Come on, Bahama mama, don't be shy. Hold on, wait a minute. Girl, you got a body, so do something with it. Come on, out in the middle. You're looking like a hot, so burn it up a little. You, me, I'll be the smooth and you'll be the sweet. Don't think, drink, give it everything you got. Baby, shake it like a Jello shot. Wait a minute. Girl, you got a body, so do something with it. Come on. Out in the middle. You're looking like shine. Shake it like a killer child. Shake it like a
Hi, this is Mo, listening in from North Carolina to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou on Tiki Man Radio. Wednesday evenings, 7 to 9 p.m., where the boots meet the beach.
Woke up alone, but your memory slept over last night. Even in my dreams, you've always gotta be right. All the smoke you've been blowing, your spell's been broken this time. So don't even think that you can just come back and apologize. Well, you think you look so good, and I can never turn you down. Don't turn around, you look better on the way out. Yes, I prefer the view of your boots headed out of my house. Your pretty face ain't as great as it used to be. To me, I finally get to see a good side now, 'cause you look better on the way out. That Hollywood smile don't drop me off no more. And baby, your baby blues, they don't do me like they did before. So just keep on walking, your sweet tongue talking's gone sour. And your big strong muscles, they've lost all their power. Don't turn around, you look better on the way out. Guess I prefer the view of your boots headed out of my house. Your pretty face ain't as great as it used to be. To me, I finally get to see a good side now, 'cause you look better on the way out. Well, I bet you think you could get me back in your arms somehow. Oh, you think you look so good, and I can never turn you down. Don't turn around, you look better on the way out. I guess I prefer the view of your boots headed out of my house. Oh, your pretty face ain't as great as it used to be. To me, I finally get to see a good side now. You look better on the way out. I finally get to see a good side now. You look better on the way, better on the way out.
What's up, guys? This is Kirsty Krause coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. You are listening to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou right here on Tiki Man Radio.
Been feeling down and not as strong, so I put my hair up high. A special fit for a day like this. All you gotta do is add some shine. A little dab of darling is good for everyone. The best world's waiting on me. I put her records on. Turn up the queen of country, yeah, she gets me in every song. Little dab of darling is good for everyone. Don't get too busy in a 9 to 5 that you forget to make a life. clouds will come, but soon they'll be gone, leaving a rainbow on the other side. A little dab of darling is good for everyone. When this world's weighing on me, I put her records on. Turn up the queen of country, yeah, she gets me in every song. Little dab of darling is good for everyone. And roll. They're on a big statue on the corner of Music Road. No matter where you come from, when you're feeling mixed up and wrong, she has a way of helping us all get along. Little dab of darling is good for everyone. And this world's weighing on me, I put her records on. Yeah, she gets me in every song. Little dab of darling is good for everyone. All sparks, sass, and plastic, but she's real where it counts. Little dab of darling is good for everyone. Little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling. Little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling, little dab of darling.
Here from the show Real Life with Butter and the band Trailer Choir. You should do what I do and tune into Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou on TikiManRadio.com. That's Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Island Time. Holla!
I wonder if you're thinking about me the way I keep thinking about you. I remember how you stuck your hand in mine where we were on the boardwalk. You stuck that 5 in the jar for the tiki bar band that played. And getting stuck with you in that photo booth, stuck that picture in a bottle. Bet it's probably still floating out there in the Chesapeake Bay. And that's a hell of a memory we made. You're still stuck in my head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long. Baby, barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You stuck your bag in that taxi cab when that week was all over. My heart stuck in my throat when you got inside and left. I stood there tasting that last kiss, stuck your hand out the window, gave me that little goodbye wave I know I never will forget. Yeah, and I still wonder if I'm still stuck in your head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long. Baby, barely kept my cool, cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. That night when the cool Virginia beach rain soaked us both down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. Your shirt stuck to your skin, I was stuck to you all night long. Baby, barely kept my cool, that's where I'm still stuck. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. Right where you left me, baby. You're still stuck in my head like a song that played that night when the cool Virginia picture ain't so broke down to the bone. Yeah, we just kept on dancing. You should stuck to your skin. I was stuck to you all night long, baby. Better kept my cool 'cause I never wanted anybody else that much. Yeah, and that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my head. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my mind. Here out where you left me, baby. You're stuck inside my head. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck. You're stuck inside my mind. Yeah, that's where I'm still stuck.
That is Stuck, and that is our good buddy, Big Vinny. And of course, you know, you always hear us talk about Big Vinny. And we finally got to catch up with him. And it was like, you know, we saw him, it's been a year.
No time has passed.
It's been like a year since we've seen him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like no time had passed whatsoever. And the weird thing was we got to talking about the first time that we met and realized that it has been 14 years that we've known each other. The him and Butter.
Yeah.
That we've known them for the last 14 years that we've been friends.
Yeah.
And stuff. And of course, his first question is, have you talked to Butter? Because I haven't.
Yeah.
And we're like, no. And he goes, last time I heard, he was on vacation.
Yep. Yeah, Butter was on vacation this week. He turned his phone off and said, I'm taking the week off with the family, which is really strange for Butter. So
yeah, he does not normally unplug.
Yeah.
So, you know, for him to unplug and go spend time with the family, you know, between, you know, out there performing and, you know, he's running his own multimedia company, plus he does his own podcast.
And he's doing both solo and still doing some trailer choir dates with,
you know, and speaking of Big Vinny, you know, give an idea, that right there, that man on your screen, that is the one and only Big Vinny. And of course, you know, he collaborated with Butter and also Crystal Hoyt back in the day. And the three of them, they formed the Trailer Choir. And, of course, that's when we got to meet them. Of course, when Mr. Matt Van Fossen opened for them is when we got to meet them. And Matt, Vinny still remembers you and said, say hello.
Yep.
I absolutely remember Matt, and he goes, I loved Matt.
Yeah, he even remembered that it was raining like crazy.
Absolutely. He remembered down to the detail of that night, which was 14 years ago. It was scary.
Yeah.
But when they formed the Trailer Choir, that led them, they got invited. They went out on tour with Toby Keith, which then eventually landed them signing with Toby Keith's label, Show Dog Nashville.
Yeah.
But Big Vinny, he had struggles with his weight. He was well over almost 500 pounds at one point in time. And because of his concerns for his health, he ended up getting hospitalized. And because of the concern of his weight, he decided that he needed to make a change. And it just happened to be at that time, he was accepted as a contestant on season 12 of The Biggest Loser. And while on The Biggest Loser, he lost an astonishing 242 pounds.
Yeah.
While he was on The Biggest Loser.
He did have a great support system, and he ended up losing even more after he went home.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you can see in there that he looks really buff. That's also because part of his weight loss journey, he became a power lifter.
Yeah.
And he is literally a sponsored power lifter. So, I mean, all of that you see is all muscle.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, he's getting a little bit of a belly back. And then I kind of tapped him on the butt, and I'm like, that is solid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he is one solid guy. But he he also, one thing that we didn't talk about before when we said anything, he founded the Music with a Mission, which is a nonprofit that they're in Nashville that strives to raise awareness of the vital role that music programs play in schools.
Yep.
So, which is very, very cool for him. And like I say, you just heard his song "Stuck." He has been releasing singles as on the radio as a solo artist. He's still out there performing occasionally with Butter as the trailer choir. But right now, you can actually see him captivating audiences in the new Shriners Nashville variety show. He's among the cast, and he sings, amongst other things, there for that show, which we've been talking about that we want to get over here and see that.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Chuck Wicks is in it. I think Chuck Wicks has actually created it.
He was one of the creators.
Which is very cool. I've seen pictures of video of Vinny performing in it as well as others, and I think it'd be really, really cool to try to get over for that. But that is that's Big Vinny. When you keep talking, we always talk about Butter and Big Vinny.
He does exist.
Yeah, Big Vinny does exist, and I'll tell you what, I when he came up initially and he gave me a bear hug, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to talk after he got done with that bear hug because he about squeezed all the air out of me. He is a big man. He's probably what, 6'4"?
Probably
about 6'4", and he's that huge.
Yeah,
he's a big man.
Yeah,
and of course, whenever he was almost 500 pounds, he was a bigger man, but he's a big man now. He's a beast, what I call him, because he's just a great guy.
All muscle.
And I'll tell you what, he is the most gentle, kind person that you would ever meet. If there was a description of a jolly giant, that is Big Vinny.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down. We tried to do an interview with him, but I don't know how much of an interview that we really got because it was mostly him goofing off and just, playing it up. And so what you got on video was, I think, more of a bunch of friends just reuniting and talking and having a conversation. So I thought that was cool getting to catch up with Vinny for sure.
Yeah, it was. He just has you laughing the whole time that you're with him. I mean, I don't
Absolutely.
care. He organized a tequila and troubadours kind of, I want to say songwriters event, but it wasn't. It was a singer-songwriters.
It was singers and songwriters.
There was like 14 of them.
Yes.
That came to this event in one of the clubs over there, and Vinny, the whole time they're up there playing, Vinny's out in the audience just dancing and goofing around, and we had so much fun over there. But I do want to give a big shout out. Josh Clark is out there with his daughter Ireland. I love that name.
Nice. Hey, Josh, I'm going to tell you what. We have some damn good country music for you today because we talk about all the time at the summer party how he is a country music fan.
Yeah.
And got some damn good country music for you tonight. Some of the songs that you may have heard here, some that you may have not. And, there's some artists that I've played before that we finally got to interview and get to know a little bit more about and actually see them perform. And, oh, my gosh, we had so much fun.
Well, I also want to do a shout out to Miss Mary Martyr. Hello to you. Nice to see you on here. And Elena Diaz. Hello.
Hey, Elena.
And then also Miss Mama Parks is out there tonight.
Hello to my mama.
Tuning in. So hello to you. And thank you for sharing our post, Mary. We appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. All right. And, of course, before in that musical selection there, you also heard Kirsty Krause, which we did catch up with Kirsty.
Yes.
She was another one of our friends that we got to go see perform.
Now, she was at a songwriters event.
She was at a songwriters event at the Commodore. Yeah, they're in Nashville. Very, very nice place.
I like that place a lot. And they do a little bit like the listening room where when you go there, it is to listen to the artist.
Yes.
So there's not a lot of, you go to the bars downtown Nashville and it's just loud.
All background.
Yeah, it's all background noise. But here, they even put a little thing out like the listening room does that says, you're here for the artist.
Yeah.
Listen to what they've got to say and sing. And
so you get some drinks.
it was great.
We were able to eat, but listen to, it's literally a writer's round. She was on stage with 3 other singer-songwriters, and of course, you know, they were
very talented.
Very talented. Young Nashville songwriters. And of course, they would tell a little bit of a story, a background of a song, and sing it, and then it'd just go right down the line to the next singer-songwriter. Of course, Kirsty participated in that, and so we stayed there and had a really, really good time. Her whole family was there, mom and dad, and I think aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents. I forget all the family that Kirsty had there. So we got to meet the whole damn family, or family, however you want to say it. Yes, we did.
Family.
So it was good catching up with her as well.
And her new single that you played tonight, Dabba Dolly.
Dabba Dolly with Christine Huff.
They just released the music video for that as well.
It's
and
so
it is such a good video.
They look so cute.
They do. And it was actually premiered on the Country Network. So I thought that was really exciting for her. So congratulations, Kirsty, on the new single.
Several of our friends that we've had here in studio interviewing that actually, I'm going to tell you what, when we say that they're becoming a big deal, they're coming a big deal. I know for a fact, you know, Kirsty, as well as American Blonde. I'm not sure about, we met up with Aubrey Wallet while we was there. But I know for a fact American Blonde and Kirsty, all of them, they were actually in a booth at X Fair there at CMA Fest.
Fanfare X.
Meeting fans and signing autographs. And there was a line. So they are, to say that they're making their way in the country music as well as the coastal community is an understatement, because it's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anything else over there?
That is it for right now.
All right. Hey, I want to say congratulations first. We did get to meet up with some more friends that, you know, you've heard, we've talked about them here on the show. We interviewed them last year, and that would be our good buddies, the Boomtown Saints. And of course, the Boomtown Saints, of course, that is Ben and Chris, which we can honestly say now that they are hands down legit friends of ours. And they met while performing as solo artists in 2018. And they are listed as Billboard's What's New in the New Year in 2023. They released their self-titled EP in 2023, which includes All Trucks Go to Heaven, Blacktop Don't, How to Lose a Lady, which you've heard all of them right here on Tropical Country. All Trucks Go to Heaven actually reached the top 25 in radio airplay, and Blacktop Don't reached number 13. However, Blacktop Don't spent 12 weeks at number 1 on the independent country music charts. And they were voted the number 1 independent artist of 2023 by Music Row magazine.
And I'm telling you, if y'all have not listened to the Boomtown Saints yet, if you like Montgomery Gentry, you're gonna love these guys. I mean, they are, I keep saying they are the next Montgomery Gentry.
Well, where I got to say congratulations, they just put out and notified today that their newest single, that Good Day to Get Gone, is now officially number 1 on the independent country charts. So how about we kick it off? Boomtown Saints, Good Day to Get Gone. JBL Travel Minute coming up next.
Just got my paycheck, I say we cash it, that city limit, let's blow right past it. Girl, put your sunglasses on, it's a good day to get gone. We've always wondered what's down that highway, I swear I hear it, it's calling our names. We put off leaving too long, it's a good day to get gone. Let these wheels spin round, baby. It's time we take us some time for the sun. Let's chase it across that blue sky. That clock keeps on ticking and life is for living. So what are we waiting on? It's a good day to get gone. That piece of heaven is out there somewhere. We're gonna find it. We're gonna get there, baby. That's where we belong. It's a good day to get gone. Let these wheels spin round, baby. It's time we take us some time before the sun goes down. Let's chase it across that blue sky. That clock keeps on ticking and life is for living. So what are we waiting on? It's a good day to get gone. Your bare feet on the dash, a Brooks and Dunn song. I'll hit the gas, you sing along. Let these wheels spin round, baby. It's time we take us some time for the sun goes down. Let's chase it across that blue sky. That clock keeps on ticking and life is for living. So what are we waiting on? Baby, what are we waiting on? It's a good day to get gone. It's a good day to get gone. Just got my paycheck. I say we cash in. That's it, limit. Let's blow right past it.
And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And today, I just want to touch on two things. The first thing is our 4th annual Tiki Man Escape to Paradise trip to Costa Rica is all set. It's up on the website. The rooms just got loaded last night into my portal. So I will be entering the reservations for everybody that sent them in so far. I will be sending you your reservation, and then you just need to call me back with a credit card number so I can put your deposit down. If you're interested, now's the time to jump on. We have, I think, 20 rooms or 25 rooms reserved. Once we sell those, we have to go back and ask for more. I can't guarantee that the price is going to stay the same if we request more rooms. So if you're interested or on the fence or whatever, now is the time to click on that little button on the Tiki Man site, go to our website, fill out that form with all your information, and then I will put your reservation in and send you an email so that you can call us with your credit card number. So don't miss out on the 4th annual Tiki Man Escape to Paradise. We've had such great times in Mexico, Jamaica, and Punta Cana, and this is going to be even better here in Costa Rica with so much to do. The other thing I want to talk about this week is being careful when you're booking travel. If you're not calling me or calling a certified travel agent, I want to warn you to please be careful. I had 2 calls this week from clients that are now clients that gave deposits to a company. One was online, the other one was a lady that somebody knew, and both of those travel agency, I use quotations because they're not travel agents, ran with their money, and so their deposits were lost. they've got some recourse through the court system, but sometimes it's just not even worth it to go through all that hassle for $250 deposit or something. So I said this once before when I talked about the lady that stranded 9 passengers at a cruise terminal. Please make sure that you have an accredited travel agent. We have accreditation with IATA. We have accreditation through the Travel Institute. We do not accept cash. We do not accept your personal checks. We only accept credit card payments. And when we make those credit card payments, your payment is made directly with the tour operator, not into my account. So the reason for that is you're protected. God forbid something happens to me, or and you have a trip booked. If you went back through your records, you'd see where your payment was processed through a tour operator. You can go back and say, hey, I can't get in touch with my travel agent, and I made a deposit, and I have my reservation number, and you'll be picked up by either our inside sales team at one of these tour operators or cruise lines, or they'll assign you to somebody else, another travel agent. So you just got to be careful who you're dealing with. There's a lot of pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing, travel agency companies out there. There's a lot of people who sign up to become a travel agent and don't have their own accreditation. They're working under somebody else's. They haven't been vetted. They don't have any kind of certifications. They're using somebody else's number, and it's a big risk for you. And today, the travel agency market has shrunk down because of COVID. A lot of companies went out of business and closed. And those that survived are those that have been in the business for a number of years and who have been trusted and have good Google reviews and have good referrals from customers. So I just wanted to come on here and say that again. Please, please, please make sure, if you're not using us, that you're using an accredited travel agency and that you're getting receipts when you make your payments so you know where the payment went to. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200. The official travel company of Tiki Man Radio.
She was only 18 when she drove up the Florida coast. Had her daddy's guitar in the backseat with a suitcase of clothes. A couple of heartbreaks on her sleeve, but she had a pocket full of songs and dreams. Didn't have a plan, but she was gone, soul searching, looking for a bigger sky, full of brighter stars. Someday she wants to climb up a mountain and then sail around the ocean. No one can lasso this wild horse on the run. She's chasing the sun all over the world. She's a coastal cowgirl, a coastal cowgirl. That girl made it up to Tennessee. She fell in love with a small town city, but the people in the neon lights let her down too many times. It took a couple winters to figure out her roots were outgrowing that town, and she rode away without saying goodbye. No, looking for a bigger sky, full of brighter stars. Someday she wants to climb up a mountain and then sail around the ocean. No one can lasso this wild horse on the run. She's chasing the sun all over the world. She's a coastal cowgirl. she's tougher than you think. She's alright, roaming around, finding where she's meant to be. Looking for a bigger sky, full of brighter stars. Someday she wants to climb up a mountain and then sail around the ocean. No one can lasso this wild horse on the run. She's chasing the sun all over the world. She's a coastal cowgirl. A coastal cowgirl. She's chasing the sun all over the world. She's a coastal cowgirl.
Coastal Cowgirl, and of course that is Aubrey Wallet, which we also got to catch up with her in Nashville as well.
Yep. It was fun watching her. That's the first time I'd gotten to see her in a songwriter round.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, really fun to watch her. And we got to do an interview with her.
Yeah.
Before her set.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be looking forward to putting that up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, she also unveiled new music.
Yeah.
That on that writer's round that she, I don't believe she's recorded yet.
I can't remember.
I can't remember if she's recorded yet or not, but she did unveil a new song.
And she was actually, was it last night? She was, hold on, I got to look it up.
All right.
So last night, Aubrey, we talked about how some of our friends are starting to get some recognition.
That's right.
Shoot. Hold on, sorry.
Well, I will tell you.
Oh, here it is.
I did it again.
What?
Though. Sometimes things just fly out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And I don't even realize it.
No.
Yeah. Well, we were talking to Aubrey, and I made a particular comment to her. And I'm not going to tell you what I said, but I made a particular comment to her. And she just stopped. Right? Conversation, she just stopped. And she looks at me and she goes, that's a song, right? And I'm like, huh? And she goes, that's a song that needs to be written. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. And Lou laughed.
Well, now you got to say what the saying was.
And then, no, I can't say it because somebody will steal it.
It's the clickbait king.
It's a clickbait thing. It's a clickbait thing. But Lou said, well, maybe you two should write together. And Aubrey's like, we should. So who knows? Maybe we will have a writing session, and because I have a bunch of these things that pop out of my head.
Well, he's now got 3 songwriters who have volunteered to work with him, and he has not called any of them yet.
Actually, that is.
No, there's one you have.
That is a lie.
One of them you do have an appointment with.
That is a lie. Yes. Okay. Now the other secret is out that I have been writing. Lou talked me into it. It was a way to initially to work through a lot of my PTSD. And then I just kind of, because I used to write short stories. I love writing short stories. English was and creative writing was always my favorite subject in high school. Mm-hmm. So I just hadn't done it in a long, long time. And I started writing, not songs, but started writing stories to just kind of work through my PTSD, which led to other things. So I have been dabbling in songwriting.
Awesome.
And I know now I can let the cat out of the bag. I know he's what Mark Mulch and I are actually writing a song together. It was one that I started and I presented it to him. He looked at it and said, I want to finish this with you.
It's a go place.
So
yeah, it's a really cool song too.
Fantastic. So
Graham Anders is good with that also.
So yeah, Mark is actually going to be here in studio June 19th. Next week, I believe.
Yes.
And so when he comes down.
Yeah, Mark Mulch is going to be here next Wednesday.
So he'll actually be here during the day, and him and I are actually having a songwriting session before the show that night. So with that, and then
by the pool.
Yeah, through just other conversations and everything and talking. I now have a songwriting session with Big Vinny. Because I told him, I'm like, I have a song that would be perfect for you. And I told him the premise of the song, or the story that I've written, and he goes, absolutely, I'd love to do that. So him and I, we're working out a date and time. Right. So him and I've got a songwriting session together, and then now that came out, talking to Aubrey about, when she recognized that what I threw out there, and so we're gonna get a hold of her and see if when we may be a Zoom thing with her, because she's always on the go. But
right.
So right now I'm looking at possibly 3 songwrites. So
awesome.
Who would know? For somebody who can't sing, does not play,
where's your applaud
and
track?
Does not play.
Yeah, where's the applaud track?
Dang it!
I don't normally give myself applauses, but
Just
but
did.
Well, no. Who I want to give applause through real quick, because I want to back double. How about the Boomtown Saints? They're second #1 on the independent country music charts. I just hope those guys. Those guys will remember me when they're actually got to the point where they got to start hiring their security detail to do their world tour. I am available.
Well, we talked about Aubrey and what she was doing last night. She was actually with John Party.
I know.
Celebrating John's latest #1 song.
Right.
So congratulations to Aubrey.
Yeah.
And I need to give a couple more shout outs before we get too far.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So want to give a big shout out to Miss Maureen.
Hello, Mo.
Mo is out there tonight. Hello. I almost missed saying hello to her. Can't do that. It's Mo.
Late.
Yeah. And then Uncle Alex. So hold on one second, because I just lost it. Hold on, I'll get right back to that. Bobby McQueen is stop it. Bobby McQueen is out there.
Hello to Bobby McQueen, our island truck driver.
Mr. Paul Skinner, hello to you.
Hey, Paul.
And Manalo, hello.
Hello to Manalo.
And Miss Ada Longo, hi to you as well. And Jason Whitler.
Hey, Jason.
So hello.
Welcome to the show. Glad to hear you guys. Have you guys here.
And then Uncle Alex, I need to tell you that Mr. Ed Kubiak said he loves your shirt.
Represented.
That is a pretty nice shirt there.
Represented by Dead Man's Clothes.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's a song that's yet to be wrote.
No, it's wrote.
Oh, somebody write it?
Danny played it. I forget who the artist was.
I did not know it already got wrote.
Days ago. I forget who the artist is.
Danny made a joke about Uncle Alex going to the thrift shops.
Yeah.
And Uncle Alex in Dead Man's Clothes, and then we laughed and said it was a song. So somebody
there
actually
is a song. Yeah, Danny played it one.
That's exactly.
That's funny.
Yes.
That's exactly why I don't throw out my working title of a song, because it'll get stolen.
Yeah,
That's
ain't,
true.
Yes.
Ain't doing
Represented by Dead Man's Clothes.
Listen, Uncle Alex has something going, though. I'm just saying. I'm all about thrift stores. I love thrift stores.
Let's go, girl.
I love them.
Don't.
I told you I can hardly ever get him to go.
It's because
I'm always available.
It's because I lose money every time she goes. Granted, it's not much money, but she's always finding more junk to bring home. Let's put it that way.
Listen, your woman even likes thrift store shopping.
Yeah,
don't knock that.
Yeah.
Lainey Wilson said one of the ways she developed her style is because she lived in a camper in a parking lot
for 9 years
while she was trying to make it in Nashville. She didn't have much money, so she started going to all the thrift stores, and that's how she came up with her hippie style that she has. I'm sure that now she pays somebody a lot of money to make it look like she's thrift shopping, but regardless, she likes to thrift shop. So you can't knock it too much.
I know. Of course.
But I will tell you, it is really hard to find Batgirl clothes in the thrift shops. Because once we find, and I say we because I am the one shopping, once we find clothes that actually fit us and look okay, we hold on to those suckers till they fall apart. So it is really hard for me to find clothes in a thrift store.
Yeah.
Well, that don't look like they're from 1960s. 71 or something.
Well, they
But-
come around in style again.
Well, that's true. Uncle Alex has an answer.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. Hey, since talking about that, we have our island truck driver out there. That reminded me of one of the artists that we did interview there during CMA Fest, and that would be Mackenzie Phipps.
Yes.
She began performing at a young age, singing the national anthem at festivals and ball games. Her popularity grew after a video of her singing Amazing Grace was posted on Country Rebel Facebook page, and the video tallied nearly 1 million views on Facebook. She has since been featured on Taste of Country, RFD, Country Network, Center Stage Magazine, People Magazine, American Songwriter, just to name a few. She is a Josie Award winner for Female Country Song of the Year, and she's received a Songwriter Achievement Award from the Josie Awards as well. And she was named a Future Star of Tomorrow by the North American Country Music Association International. So we got to spend some time getting to know Mackenzie a little bit. And her new single that she has out there, she's like, she wanted to do something to honor the hard-working men and women who are out there on the road, hauling the freight and making life run. And, of course... and of course, her new single was called 18 Wheels. Here's Mackenzie Phipps right here on Tropical Country.
My daddy held our lives together on 18 wheels for 18 years and countless miles from home. That old Mack truck that he would drive didn't have a radio, but that didn't stop him from singing country songs. And the day they laid him in the ground, you could hear a faint familiar sound, a jake brake in the distance slowing down. When my daddy's wheels stopped turning, he was heaven bound. He lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was a life he lived on 18 wheels. Looking back on growing up, we didn't have very much, but with Daddy I felt like I had everything. And Mama did her best with Daddy on the road. Those late night calls would help him get back home. Sometimes I sit in his old seat and I think of all the memories. I can still hear the diesel engine shifting gears. When my daddy's wheels stopped turning, he was heaven bound. He lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was the life he lived on 18 wheels. So the next time you're in a grocery store or staring out of your car door, just thank the Lord above for a trucker. When my daddy's wheels stopped turning, he was heaven bound. He lived a trucker's life in this old cold town. And when I'd hear the truck roll in, I knew it was my best friend, was alive.
Lisa from Marion, Arkansas. I love tuning in to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on Tiki Man Radio.
Times had the Pac-Man pattern memorized. I've seen the stuff they put inside Stretch Armstrong, yeah. I was Roger Staubach in my backyard, had a shoebox full of baseball cards, a couple of Evel Knievel scars on my right arm. I was a kid when Elvis died, and my mama cried. It was 1970-something in the world that I grew up in. Farrah Fawcett hairdo days, bell bottoms and 8-track tapes. And looking back now, I could see me. Oh man, did I look cheesy. I wouldn't trade those days for nothing. Oh, it was 1970-something. Dawning of a new decade, we got our first microwave. Dad broke down and finally shaved the most sideburns off. I took the stickers off of my Rubik's Cube, watched MTV all afternoon, and my first love was Daisy Duke and them cut off jeans. Space shuttle fell out of the sky, and the whole world cried. It was 1980-something in the world that I grew up in. Skating rinks and black Trans Ams, big hair, parachute pants. And looking back now, I could see me. Oh man, did I look cheesy. I wouldn't trade those days for nothing. Oh, it was 1980-something. I got a mortgage and an SUV, and all this responsibility makes me wish sometimes it was 1980-something in the world that I grew up in. Skating rinks and black Trans Ams, big hair, parachute pants. And looking back now, I could see me. Oh man, did I look cheesy. I wouldn't trade those days for nothing. Oh, it was 1980-something. 1970-something. Oh, it was
19-something, Mr. Mark Wills. Of course, we got to see him perform that live. Yeah. First time I've ever got to see him perform, I was excited because that song is my childhood, right there, all in one song. So I've always loved that song and never got to see him, perform.
And his voice sounds exactly the same now as it did back then.
There is no auto tune or whatever on him. He sounded exactly. When Lou gets the video done, you will be able to hear that. It's exactly like it's on the recording. Sounds exactly like
coming
it.
Soon.
So,
well, that made me think. I remember back in the day when Matt used to sing that song, Matt Van Fossen.
Yeah.
Somebody that we got to meet at the softball game.
Mm-hmm.
But did not get to see perform, which I could kick myself for now. Connor Smith.
Yes,
we got to meet his mom even.
Yeah, we funny as that it is that Connor Smith, Nashville recording artist, his mom actually works within the media. I forget the Nashville.
I don't know.
I forget what medium that she works with, but she works within the country music media. And we had a big thunderstorm that rolled in, so we were all trapped right underneath the grandstands there before the game.
Yep.
And so we were just talking and had a conversation. It was having a conversation, and all the media people we got to network and meet people from the country network, the national. I mean, we got to meet some of the big industry people that work within the industry.
Yeah,
so,
we were rubbing elbows.
So that was kind of cool. And but we didn't get to see him perform, but super, super nice guy.
Yeah, it seemed really, really nice. But Matt is actually, this coming Friday, Connor Smith is going to be playing at the Capitol Theater in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is a huge historic place.
Oh, absolutely.
For back where we come from.
Yeah.
It was one of the, I don't know how many of y'all remember, but Jamboree USA or WWVA.
It's like the Opry.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Opry in our world up there.
Right.
And so Matt gets to open for Connor in
very
the Capitol Theater.
Very cool, Matt.
So that's going to be this Friday, June 14th.
All right, Matt.
Tickets start at just $25. So for any of you that are in the Wheeling or Southeast Ohio region, stop out there and not only experience Matt, but take a tour of the Capitol Theater. It's a really, really cool historic building.
I'm telling you, Matt, my protective services are available. That I can follow you all around, wherever you need to go, buddy. I got your back.
Well, also there you go. Also wanted to, just throwing it out there, my husband is now a licensed personal security guard.
Private protection.
Thank you. That's the real word. And Mackenzie Phipps actually commented and said, "Thank you so much for playing my song."
Oh, thank you for listening, Mackenzie.
Yeah. So
tuning in.
Yeah. So we love it.
Absolutely. We got to get her down here to Chattanooga, get her in studio.
Yeah.
Would love to see her.
Yeah. She actually has a new single coming out in 2 days.
Oh.
Called Pick Your Poison. And sounds like it's going to be a really fun song. We talked about it with her in the interview. So when I get the videos done.
And as soon as it drops, I will have it right here in the playlist. Because I tell you, we saw so many people and they have so many great songs.
Yeah.
Normally, depending upon a show, I may go through a dozen songs in a show. I may go through 18 shows. But I've never went through over almost 50 songs in a show, and that's how many I had in this playlist for today.
Yeah.
That's how much great music that we have, and we will continue right along with it. Of course, we have in-studio guests next week as well, and we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
The next 2 weeks we have in-studio guests.
Yeah.
So we can't do our videos.
So our round 2 of our CMA follow-up will have to be in 2 weeks. And that'll give Lou plenty of time to get that highlight reel all edited.
And then the week after that is July 3rd. That's the party at the BAR.
That's the party at the BAR. Yeah.
Listen,
and more parties and more parties.
Yeah,
all the way to the 7th.
And she wonders why I was pushing for her to have everything done tonight.
I wasn't wondering why.
Because I didn't. You never know if there's going to be another night. But
thank you, Uncle Alex.
But if anything,
Uncle Alex has my back.
If anything, what we'll do if we aren't able to come back and revisit CMA Fest, what we will do is have that complete video edited, and we will post it on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel for everybody to see.
I think you should just snippets.
Yeah, and I think
there's way too much to do anything in entirety. Trust me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll be kind of snippets, and I want to. Yeah, I've got some ideas that I'm working on with these, but yeah. So before we get, I know it's 20 minutes till now, but I do want to let everybody know Mark Mulch is going to be in studio 1 week from today, and then. On the 26th, we have Jet Jurgensmeyer. And then on July 24th, we have Gary Burke in studio. And then August 7th, we are going to have one of the gentlemen that we met, actually, while we were in Nashville. Super cool guy. His name is Rick Monroe.
And his band is called The Hitmen.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, he's
He's a cool dude.
There's his CD. He is a very, very cool dude. We watched him perform over there at an event that Big Vinny was emceeing there at Teddy's Tavern.
Yeah.
Really, really cool guy.
And he's got like the long, thick, dark hair, and then he wears the... Do y'all remember, I was thinking like Gillies, when Gillies was really
like in the
big.
70s.
The 70s straw cowboy hat with the feather
The
on
big
the
feather
front.
on the top.
And it was real high in the center.
Yes.
That's what he wears,
And
and
if you know-
it looks really good on him.
And there's also a rattlesnake sticking out of the middle of all that.
Oh, I
If you
missed
didn't
all
catch
that.
The rattlesnake.
I missed the
I was
rattlesnake.
wondering what that label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is on his hat.
Yeah, so he's a really cool dude. He was one that when we talked to him, he, of course, it was super busy, and so it was just kind of in passing. And then he was the first one that got a hold of us and said, "Hey, I want to come down to studio." So we got that scheduled, and we're really looking forward to that. So
he's a very, very talented singer songwriter.
Yeah, he's been in Nashville for.
He's
a long
had a
time.
top 40 hit on the radio. So. He's there and he does the grind just like everybody else, and we're super excited to have him coming on the show as well.
Yeah. And then I think that is all for the next couple months so far. But I know we've got a couple people who have still called, and we've been playing phone tags, so we will see.
Yeah, and I understand July 3rd is the party at the BAR. And, of course, Party Dog Entertainment is going to provide the music for the event. And we talked to Michelle, since she is the ambassador of all great things and a big supporter of ours. I am going to attempt something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to attempt to do two things at once. And that is DJ the event and also do a live 2-hour show right from the BAR. It'll be a radio-only event, but that is my goal, to get everything set up, and we will do a live show right there at the BAR, because why not?
Applaud.
Yeah. So July 3rd will be a live broadcast on site at the BAR.
That's right.
In just outside of Memphis, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
So we're super excited about that.
Yep. We will see what I can do. If I can just take the radio stuff and plug that in through the stereo stuff, then we will be cool, because then all you have to do is listen to the radio, and it'll be broadcasting out there as well. So, and of course, everybody at the BAR can participate in the event as well, which I understand Michelle's brother is super excited.
Yes, I can't wait to meet him.
I think having a live show right there at the BAR will be even more exciting for him.
That's right. And maybe we'll pull some people on the radio.
Shy Patty should be there.
Yeah, Shy Patty should be there. So Joe Leo says he went back and he watched the intro and he loved it.
Nice.
He does say that they do need personal security on the cruise.
There you go.
So
security for the Jukebox Legends.
Security for the Jukebox Legends.
I think I can do
Joe, do you need personal security for the show that you have set up in Florida? Asking for a friend. Because let me tell you.
Oh, good Lord.
Here we go. Listen.
We're never going to get through this show.
Which show in Florida?
Huh?
Which show in Florida?
Joe has a big show he's opening for in Florida.
But he hasn't announced it yet, I don't believe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say it, but
all right.
He knows what I'm talking
and
about.
let's just leave it there, because the story would give it away.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay, fine.
Let's just leave it there. Hey, I will tell you, though, we had a lot of interviews with a lot of people. But, and like I said, we had a lot of fun with Big Vinny. But I tell you what, there was no other people that I think that we had a better time with, and then the ladies of Chapel Heart.
They were so
Oh, my
funny.
gosh. If that sounds familiar, that is Chapel Heart. I'm going to tell you, they were hilarious. We had a great time with them. She's the lady on the far right is the first one that scared me, because They came in and they are so full of joy and happiness. Everywhere we've seen them go, they were smiling and laughing and having a great time. And when they came around, I stuck my hand out to, give them, a proper, thanks for coming. And God, I got grabbed a hold of. I got a big hug, went through, and I got a big hug from all three of those ladies.
Awesome.
And they sat down, and it was almost a comedy routine the whole time because it was just so much laughter and joy.
Put you at ease, too.
Absolutely. But of course, Chapel Hart is Danica Hart and Devin Hart with their sisters. Mm-hmm. And of course, with cousin Trey. And Trey hasn't decided if she's in the group or not.
Trey started her 3-week trial a couple years ago. She's still making up her mind.
Yeah. Of course,
we know people.
They competed in the 17th season of America's Got Talent. They've released, and they surprising after being America's Got Talent and all that, they are independent artists, and they have released 3 studio albums, 11 singles. And the funny thing was they started out busking on the streets of New Orleans, singing cover hits. Mm-hmm. In 2021, CMT named them Next Women of Country, and they made their debut on the Grand Ole Opry on September 17th of 2022. And I'll tell you what, these ladies, they were so much joy. We had so much fun with them. They're the ones who we said, if you're ever down in Chattanooga, look us up. And they're like, you got a kitchen? Because if we come down, we're coming over and we're doing some cooking. So, and of course, Ben, it's going to be true Southern cooking, as they told us.
Home cooking.
So, I told them, I was like, as the Tiki Man says, don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly.
And of course, they busted up laughing, and they're like, we mean it. We're coming to see you. So we'll see. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll have Chapel Hart right here in studio. And
there's some that we thought were signed artists.
Yes.
Until we started doing some looking and some talking to them, and they are still independent artists. And I was really surprised by that because their harmonies and their music, and they've done so many things that I really, really thought that they had signed with somebody.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
Find a venue for them to play.
Yeah, and
we did talk to them about several
ideas.
venues down here.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, you want to talk about country music? They will take you on a ride when it comes to country music. They like all traditional. They love their gospel. They love their bluegrass.
They love their Christmas.
They love their Christmas. They love their Loretta. They love all of it.
Yep.
But here's a song they put out here that I just thought it was kind of cool for being tropical country, and it is summertime. How about this one? That's a redneck summer night. Here is Chapel Hart. You are listening to Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou on Tiki Man Radio.
y'all, it's Michelle Myers, your ambassador of all great things. And every Wednesday, beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm tuned in to a great show, Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, streaming live on the Tiki Man Radio app or on the YouTube channel. They always have great fun, great music, great conversation. So come on over and tune in.
Got a 3-day weekend and everybody's loading it up. With my Ray-Bans on and a Yeti in the back of the truck. I'm riding shotgun, playing DJ, mixing Willie and Hank with some yin yang. Got the windows down and the speakers turned all the way up. Yeah, we like, oh, we ain't gotta take it too far from home. Little bit of heaven's just down the road, where we can lay back, open up a cold one, and take it slow. I like pina coladas down in PCB. Give me that whiskey and cola, keep that old pine tree. Ain't nothing wrong with that white sand and some ocean breeze. Right now this lakefront view is paradise to me, paradise to me. Got our boats tied up like an island, just killing the time. Ain't no tiki huts, but we sippin' on Corona and lime. We trading palm trees for them pontoons, riding waves of the wakeboards and sea dudes. Cause when the sun goes down, yeah, we gonna keep it going all night. You know that's right. Yeah, we like, oh, we ain't gotta take it too far from home. Little bit of heaven's just down the road, where we can lay back, open up a cold one, take it slow. I like pina coladas down in PCB. Give me that whiskey and cola, keep that old pine tree. Ain't nothing wrong with that white sand and some ocean breeze. Right now this lakefront view is paradise to me, paradise to me. Down and you're looking for a getaway. Well, I know just the place, right down the road. I like pina coladas down in PCB. Give me that whiskey and cola, eat that old pine tree. Ain't nothing wrong with that white sand and some ocean breeze. Right now this lakefront view is paradise to me, paradise to me. Oh, we ain't gotta take it too far from home. Paradise to me. Oh, little bit of heaven's just down the road. Paradise to me.
Oh, yeah. Nico Moon, paradise to me.
We got to interview him.
Yes, we did.
And he was such a sweet guy.
He is.
I was really impressed. Like, and not only with him, I was impressed with his, I don't know if he's his manager or his PR person, publicist, whatever he is. But I had messaged probably a year ago. Well, actually, it was a year ago.
Yeah.
I had messaged trying to get him at the last CMA Fest, and I wasn't able to because he was kind of in and out after his performance. This year, I emailed him, and they said, he's going to be in and out again, whatever. And so I, of course, invited him into the studio and all of those things, and his publicist was like, you know what? Get a hold of me after CMA Fest and we'll talk about it. And I said, okay. So I don't know, probably 2 days before we left for CMA Fest, his publicist, Nico's publicist, emailed me and said, hey, some time just opened up in our schedule. We're going to be in town longer than we thought. So do you want to go ahead and do that interview during CMA Fest? And of course, I was like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But it was really cool to me because, you know, these publicists, especially once the artist reaches a certain level, they're like, listen, I don't have time for you.
Right.
But his remembered that I had emailed, remembered that and it was funny because when they came in, the way that they had was the interview room was like a bunch of little booths separated by black curtains. And the way that the staff had put the number of our booth, it was in between ours and somebody else's. So when they walked up,
he went in the wrong booth.
He went into the wrong booth, but I heard him. The guy in that booth was kind of like, well, hi. Like you heard the guy like, what's going on? And the publicist said, are you the Chattanooga crew? And of course, my ears perked up and I'm like, that would be us. So he came over and I felt so bad because then he immediately was like, oh, wrong one, and walked away from the other guy. I'm like, my bad.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And he come cruising in there with a Hawaiian shirt with matching shorts and flip-flops.
Yep.
And it's like, he's our kind of people, right then and there.
Yeah.
But little factoids that we learned about Nico after talking to him. Of course, he became friends with Zach Brown.
Yeah, they're really tight.
And they began writing songs together. And Zach Brown actually recorded a number of tunes that they wrote together. And Nico is credited on those songs as Nick Cohen. That's
his real name.
That's his real name. And he co-wrote Homegrown, Keep Me in Mind, and Loving You Easy that Zach Brown recorded. And he also co-wrote Back to Life, recorded by Rascal Flatts.
Yep.
He signed with RCA Nashville as a solo act in 2019. He released Good Time and Drunk Over You. But in 2023, he left RCA Nashville to become an independent artist.
Yep.
So that was the cool thing. He actually records under or on his own label.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
It was. I really enjoyed talking to him. He's got so many things in the works.
Yes.
It was really fun to hear about all those. So
we talked
once I get the videos done.
And we talked about a few things from there, and we even talked about hey, if you ever come to Chattanooga. So
and he is all about what Tiki Man Radio does, what Tropical Country does.
Absolutely.
Because he
loves and shorts.
He loves the positivity.
He's like, y'all my people.
Yeah. So
we're like, we happen to know a place where there's a tiki bar and everything. So
would never think there was.
So if you ever make your way down to Chattanooga, so sometimes a lot of polite things to say, sure, but you never know if you don't shoot your shot and see what happens.
That's right.
Plant the seed.
That's right. Well, Uncle Alex, real quick, Miss Donna Cummings loves your shirt as well.
Again, brought to you by Dead Man's Clothes.
And hello to Moni. Moni chimed in. Better late than never, Moni. And of course, hello to Vacuum Cleaner Tom. And when I said hi to Mo earlier, I forgot to say hello to the Mystery Man.
Hello to the Mystery Man.
So hello to everybody.
Yeah.
And hello to Connie.
Hi, Connie.
Connie McKinney is out there. She is another working hard trucker out there.
Absolutely.
So if you missed it earlier, Connie, go back and listen to the show. There's a very special truck driving song out there.
Absolutely. And because we have so many artists that we've talked to and they deserve the airplay, and actually the list has shrunk because we've played a lot of them here tonight on the show.
Yeah.
And being the fact that it's going to be, a month before we're able
Probably
to...
3 weeks
to be able to revisit this in depth, I don't think that's fair to the other artists. So, as long as the Tiki Man don't kick me off, we're going to keep rolling. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, because I think these artists deserve it, and we're gonna run right down through them, and of course you'll see more detailed videos and with the interviews and things like that. But we want to give you an overall skim and a kind of insight of who we talked to, what they're all about, and here's some of their music.
Absolutely.
Okay. So another one of the artists that we talked to, her name is Paige King Johnson.
My girl.
Paige and Lou, they bonded. Paige, while she was still in high school, she was opening for artists such as Kane Brown, Randy Houser, Neil McCoy,
yes,
Scotty McCreery, Joe Nichols, Gabby Barrett, Clint Black, Diamond Rio. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Of
and
course,
she is so sweet. She was so much fun to talk to. Yeah.
So her and Lou, they bonded over Neil McCoy. So half the damn interview is Lou trying to get information out of her about Neil. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But she is a 5-time Carolina Music Award winner. She had a Female Vocalist of the Year, Single of the Year, Country Emerging New Artist, Songwriter of the Year, and Tour of the Year. There with the Carolina Music Awards. She is from North Carolina. Her debut single went to number 29 on the Music Row charts. Water Down the Whiskey was the name of the song. And she has worked alongside country music legend Pam Tillis, creating music videos which have aired on CMT, RFD, Heartland, and Newsmax.
And Pam has kind of taken her under her wing.
Yes.
And is mentoring her and
That's
really.
a blessing, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she said that Pam actually contacted her after hearing one of her songs, and now they talk all the time.
Struck a
So
chord.
yeah,
That's cool.
Absolutely. So here's her newest single. Somebody's got to do it. Here's Paige King Johnson right here on Tropical Country.
Somebody's gotta watch you mow that yard. In the hot summer sun, no shirt, oh my Lord. Somebody's gotta answer when he says, hey honey, and be right where he spends all his money. Somebody's gotta get wrapped in them arms. I guess I'll step up and be the girl that has to be the center of his whole world. Yeah, it's a tough gig to deal with. Go ahead, sign me up. If he needs loving all night long or something pretty to kiss on, guess I'll be the one to suffer through it. Hey, 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 if somebody's gotta do it, do it. If somebody's gotta do it, do it. Somebody's gotta be why he picks those daisies. Why he wants to lay in bed all day, being lazy or crazy. Somebody who's willing when he wants to dance and don't mind a man that's good with his hands. Somebody's gotta help him make those babies. So lady, guess I'll step up and be the girl that has to be the center of his whole world. Yeah, it's a tough gig to deal with. Go ahead, sign me up. If he needs loving all night long or something pretty to kiss on, guess I'll be the one to suffer through it. Hey, 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 if somebody's gotta do it, do it. If somebody's gotta do it, do it. Guess I'll step up and be the girl that has to be the center of his whole world. Yeah, it's a tough gig to deal with. Go ahead, sign me up. If he needs loving all night long or something pretty to kiss on, guess I'll be the one to suffer through it. Hey, 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 I guess I'll be the one to suffer through it. Hey, 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 if somebody's gotta do it, do it. If somebody's
is Tim Myers, the bodyguard, a.k.a. the Ice Cream Man, with Tiki Man Radio. I want you to tune in to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Island Time.
Parking lot pretty, ought to put her in a country song. She can outshine the Mississippi moon and stay out twice as long. Between her and the stars, there's a lot going on around here. Billy's got the first two chords figured out to small town Saturday night. Little smoke, little bottle, little pass it around. Little hey, who's got the light? We're thicker than thieves, campfire kings just getting high. Under the southern sky tonight, there's a backseat fire burning hotter than the 4th of July. There's some hard-earned money about to get thrown down on a hard-earned Friday night. Oh, a whole lot of dreaming, loving and leaving and getting by. Under the southern sky. I got a cracked up concrete hometown heart. Setting me free, little cold beer, little old school Hank. Get me on the back road, hand out the window, heading home. Under the southern sky tonight, there's a backseat fire burning hotter than the 4th of July. There's some hard-earned money about to get thrown down on a hard-earned Friday night. Lot of dreaming, loving and leaving and getting by. Under the southern sky. Southern sky tonight, there's a backseat fire burning hotter than the 4th of July. There's some hard-earned money about to get thrown down on a hard-earned Friday night. Oh, a whole lot of dreaming, loving and leaving and getting by. A whole lot of leaving, living and dreaming. Southern sky. Under a southern sky.
Under the Southern Sky. That is Ian Flanagan. We got to spend time with Ian.
He was another American Idol. Right?
No, he was actually
The Voice.
The Voice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Team Blake.
How did you forget that one? Huh?
I don't know.
So I know I popped his thing up here on the screen, so I know I have it here. Where did it go?
Go ahead and play the Jeopardy song.
Okay, hold on. Here it is. Ian Flanagan. He was a finalist on NBC's The Voice. He has been featured on
He was top 3, right?
Top 3, yeah. CMT, Fox News, Newsweek, Whiskey Risk, Taste of Country, Songwriter Magazine. His music has nearly 7 million streams.
Yeah.
He has collaborated with Blake Shelton. He has toured with Trace Adkins and Chris Jansen, and he is an independent artist. How about that?
And he says that him and Blake are currently working on something.
They are currently working on something, so who knows? Who knows what? But it was great getting the opportunity to spend with Ian and get to know him. I don't think was he the ones that wasn't actually on our schedule and that we picked up a little later. I'm not sure.
He was on our schedule, but he was a last minute addition.
Oh, okay, I got
his folks reached out, I think, the day before we left.
Okay,
and asked if we wanted to interview him. We had several that reached out like the last minute, and we weren't able to accommodate them. So I'm hoping we can get some of them here in studio.
Yep, because I mean we did. We had a few of them that come up and said, "Hey, we had an opening," and more or less they were standing there. They had an opening. They seen us. Hey,
yep.
So kind of deal. So we kind of did that. We actually, and I know I'm not going to get to everybody tonight. I apologize, but we even ended up talking to a group who saw Tiki Man Radio and said, "We are perfect for that station. We want to talk to them."
Yep.
And they came over. Their publicist came over and said, "These guys really want to sit and talk to you guys. You guys interested?" And we're like,
"Sure,
okay." And they said the name of the group, and I'm like, I'm not familiar with them. Comes to find out, they're not. They record. They do not tour or anything like that. They're really not even a band. They are industry professionals. They have been in producers in Nashville for over the one guy 50 years.
Yes.
50
he did not even look like he was old enough to be.
No.
Does he know Dave Sainz?
So actually, we asked and they did not.
They did not.
But funny thing, the guy, he goes, "Hi, I'm like," and he shook my hand. And as soon as he said the name, it was like, I've heard this name before. And I'm like, I know of you.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation sitting down with those three guys.
They were studio musicians and producers and songwriters.
And they're working on coastal music.
Yes.
They work a lot. They do, as they say, consulting to artists and things like that. But
and they said they spent enough time dealing with the music industry. Now they're just playing music to have fun. And so they're making this album they gathered up some of their fellow studio musicians.
He said we're not even really a band. It's just a group of our friends we love to play with. And we've recorded some of the songs that we've just done together. So they're sending us some music. So once we get that music, we'll be able to highlight them as well.
I think it came in our email today.
Awesome. Well, I didn't get a chance to add it in there, but
I just forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll try to look. What they're calling themselves as a group?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what I can pull up.
Sorry.
Real quick. No, you're fine.
All right. Well, I will. While you do that, I'm going to jump to our next artist that we had the privilege of speaking to. And I want to tell you, talk about a absolute sweetheart. She was so much fun to talk to. And that would be Tyler Reese Tritt. Tyler Reese Tritt, of course, she made her recording debut at 14, singing a duet with her dad, who happens to be Grammy Award winner and Grand Ole Opry member Travis Tritt. And the song that they sang together was Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough. So if you've heard that song, that is her beautiful voice on that recording. In 2017, she released her solo debut called Perfect. In 2023, that was pretty much her breakout year, beginning with the release of her single Porch Light. And the single and the official music video gained traction with airplay on CMT and the Country Network. And her current single is called Texas Hold'em, which she recorded.
Not that Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, there's a difference between Texas Hold'em, M-E-M-M, and Texas Hold Him. So, but her song came first. So we clarified that when I'm like, in the interview, I'm like, yours came first, right? And she goes, yeah, you betcha mine came first. So we had a great time spending with her. Absolutely gorgeous girl and very, very kind heart. And so how about we kick off with her new single, Texas Hold'em. Here's Tyler Reese Tritt. You're listening to Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou on Tiki Man Radio.
Midnight taillights, car packed up like a thief in the night in a quiet rush. Goodbye, my love, leaving us at the state line. I bet he don't know and he don't deserve the way it's gonna hurt when he finally learns I'm gone. I've known too long his arms ain't where I belong. Texas, hold him and keep him under your sky, 'cause I'm leaving and I'm needing all the help I can get tonight. If he follows, won't you slow him down? 'Cause if I see his face, I'll know I'll turn around. Don't you let him go till I get where I'm going. Texas, hold him, yeah. It's probably gonna hit me in Texarkana, looking in the rear view, thinking I can. You're so much stronger than I am. If you ever were my friend, Texas, hold him and keep him under your sky, 'cause I'm leaving and I'm needing all the help I can get tonight. If he follows, won't you slow him down? 'Cause if I see his face, I'll know I'll turn around. Don't you let him go till I get where I'm going. Texas, hold it. If he's mad as hell and wants to fight, if he breaks down, if he should cry, Texas, hold him and keep him under your sky, 'cause I'm leaving and I'm needing all the help I can get tonight. Yeah, if he follows, won't you slow him down? 'Cause if I see his face, I know I'll turn around. Don't you let him go till I get where I'm going. Texas, hold it. Texas, hold it. Yeah. 'Cause I'm going, I'm going, I'm going. I'm going, I'm going, I'm going. I'm going, I'm going, I'm going, going. So Texas, hold it.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Leo from the JBL Travel Group. And I got to tell you, whether I'm in my office or out on a cruise or somewhere around the country escorting a group at an all-inclusive resort, I always make sure that on Wednesday night, I tune into Tropical Country on Tiki Man Radio.
My favorite bar stools, the one next to you. The bartender, tequila and limes. You looked at me, ordered up too. Next thing you know, we were killing time. Talking about work, weekend plans and the weather, and all that mess that don't matter. You know, I know we dance around talking about love, but that's a whole nother margarita, babe. A next level, can't explain away. Oh, you got forever on my mind, 'cause they'll take all night. So let's just get drunk off this kiss. I wanna chase it with the salt off your lips. Oh, by the way, I'm needing your skin on mine. There ain't time for a whole nother margarita, babe, 'cause that's a whole nother margarita, baby. Last few sips of the king size Cadillac jalapeno twist. It's got that look in your blue eyes, the one you know I can't resist. It's getting too deep, and I'm afraid I just might slip and drop 3 little words we ain't said yet. Oh no, good Lord, who knows? It just might be love. That's a whole nother margarita, babe. A next level, can't explain away. Oh, you got forever on my mind, 'cause they'll take all night. So let's just get drunk off this kiss. I wanna chase it with the salt off your lips. Oh, by the way, I'm eating your skin all night. There ain't time for a whole nother margarita, babe, 'cause that's a whole nother margarita, baby. Are frozen. I'm drinking in this moment. I wanna live it over and over and over, but that's a whole nother margarita, babe. Next level, can't explain away. Oh, you got forever on my mind, 'cause they'll take all night. So let's just get drunk off this kiss. I wanna chase it with the salt off your lips. Oh, by the way, I'm eating your skin all night. There ain't time for a whole nother margarita, babe, 'cause that's a whole nother margarita, baby. Ain't time for a whole nother margarita, babe, 'cause that's a whole nother margarita, baby. Oh, oh, oh.
Whole nother margarita. That is Julia Cole, and I know I've played this song before on the show, and of course we had the privilege of being able to interview her during CMA Fest.
That girl's going places.
I know. I tell you what, she is featured on CMT, SiriusXM, Circle TV, CBS, the CW, and we found out she is the host of Circle's Ultimate Fan Fest during the CMA Fest there. She was voted a CMT Next Woman of Country. Her music has over 200 million combined streams, and she has toured globally with Dan and Shay, John Party, Carrie Underwood, Kenny Chesney, Dierks Bentley, Jake Owen, and many, many more. And I tell you what, standing beside her, I'm telling you, I had Faith Hill vibes standing next to her. She was just so tall, skinny, and really pretty, but has that voice. And I'm just like, she's just, I don't know. I just had those Faith Hill vibes while talking to her. And
she was a lot of fun to see on stage, too. She was one of them that was in the lineup of Vinny's. Mm-hmm. And she can work a stage, and she can play some guitar. She had her guitar up there on stage with her. She was fantastic. And speaking of, I know you mentioned Kenny Chesney.
Yes.
So, we were just talking about the 3 guys who came up to us. They are known as, and I just lost it. Hold on. High Mountain Breezes. Yeah. They actually have a whole publishing company. So it's High Mountain Breezes Publishing LLC. And so one of the guys on there, his name is Bob Bullock. That is the one that as soon as he said his name, we were like, oh my God.
I know. I've heard this name.
Yeah.
Why do I know this name? Then when we got their music and everything else, because they didn't mention it during the interview.
No.
We found out a little more information about them.
And they did tell us that they said we're not a band. We more consult with artists and blah, blah, blah. They're basically a bunch of friends who got together. They're studio musicians, producers, engineers, all that. They got together to play songs that they really like. Or music that they really like. Mm-hmm. And so they are working on a new single. And the new single is called, and I just can't find, Stars in Lahaina Tonight.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the upcoming single. So But just to tell you why we know the name Bob Bullock, and again, he's only one of the three.
Yes.
But Bob Bullock, he started out in Los Angeles. He was an engineer in the studio. He was trained under, if any of you know, Humberto Gattaca, Reggie Dozier, Barney Perkins, Roy Haley, and Roger Nichols. But then he started working with acts, and this is going to tell you how long he's been in the business. The Tubes, Art Garfunkel, Seals and Croft, Crazy Horse, and REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Nashville. And in Nashville, he has over 50 gold and platinum albums, including Shania Twain, Reba, George Strait, Tanya Tucker, Patti Loveless, George Jones, John Anderson.
Wait for it.
Hank Williams Jr., Steve Wariner.
Wait for it.
And one Mr. Jimmy Buffett.
How about that?
That's right. Then after he quit engineering, he switched over to producing.
Yeah.
And while producing, he had artists such as Loretta Lynn, Keith Urban, and then Kenny Chesney.
Mm-hmm.
And now since then, he's focused more on independent artists and helping them.
Yeah.
So the man has a huge career. And as soon as they said his name, we were like, oh.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool when they, I don't know if his manager or his publicist come over and he goes, the guys want to talk to you. Tiki Man Radio, they're like, you are their people. They want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And we were not prepared for the interview at all. We had no talking points, did not know who they were, and they handed us their talking points as when they walked up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really talking points. They just handed us a short little bio, but it had like very little information on it.
I was going to say,
so
contact information.
We
got the contact.
We just set the three of them down, and just started having a conversation and basically filmed the conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's kind of so. It really wasn't what I'd call a big formal interview kind of
Exactly
thing,
right.
like a big question and answer. It was just like
winging.
Yeah, we were literally winging it with some of the biggest names.
Bruce
people who have worked with the biggest names, country music legends.
Yeah.
And we had no clue until, like I said, you said the name and like, I know the name, but why do I know this name?
Yeah, that's why.
Very,
his
very.
name's on almost every album out there, I think.
Yeah, and all three of them, very, very humble guys.
Yep.
So yeah, that was one of our legit surprises about that. So that was kind of cool.
It was.
And I think we talked to them, and they may be here sometime soon, because we talked to them about the traveling down, and they said, well, let's see what we can make happen. So like I said, they're sending us some music, and maybe we'll have these three in here, if anything, for a conversation about their careers.
Can you imagine the stories that those gentlemen would have?
That may be a show that goes a long, long time.
Oh, I'm telling you.
So, but all right. Well, let's see.
Hey, Ann Wehunt is out there. Hey, Ann.
Hey, Ann. How are you?
Hey, girl.
So, hey, did you catch my video the other night while Lou went live at the Sounds game? Well, it was actually the celebrity softball game.
For those of you who are watching, I am so sorry. Every time I went live, my phone went dead. So it would just cut off right in the middle of something important.
So, but I was trying to do my best play-by-play. I took the wireless microphones. I had the microphone, and I was up there. You're like, Julia Cole's up to bat, and here's the pitch. Swing and a strike. I tried to do my best play-by-play. I'm not a play-by-play guy. I'm an announcer and an MC, not a play-by-play guy. So
that's right.
What you got to do, real quick?
Well, I wanted to let y'all know the other two gentlemen that we got to meet. Mr. Bruce Tarletsky.
Mm-hmm.
We also he is part of the group we were just talking about. And want to give him a big shout out. He just liked our post on our page.
Oh, very cool.
So hello, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Nice to see you.
It was
Can't wait
so
to see
nice
y'all again.
So nice to meet them. It really was.
I'm telling you, the stories that those gentlemen can tell. How much fun would that be?
Mm-hmm.
So, Bruce, we do need to get you down to chat.
Absolutely. Like I said, we got the music. I didn't get it loaded in for tonight's show, but we will continue this at a later date here because there is so much to cover.
That's right. I can't wait.
All right. Anything else? Real quick?
Nope. That's all I got.
Well, the last artist that I'm going to cover tonight that we talked to, this is a guy that I played on the show. I've played on the show multiple times for different things that we did. When back, if you remember, a year ago, maybe longer than that, I did a thing called TikTok Talent of artists that I find on TikTok, and I found this artist, and I started following him on TikTok. And whenever I first started following, he was just sitting in his living room, and normally with a big old dip in his mouth, and a guitar, and just like, all right, what y'all want to hear? And, deep accent from Kentucky, and
backwoods Kentucky,
small town Kentucky. Let's just say it that way. But I loved his voice, and I loved to listen to him sing. Then he, whenever his original music started coming out, I started playing some of it here on the show. Well, we finally got to meet him and spend some time and interview him.
And watch him live.
My
Lord,
and
he
of course,
was amazing.
That is Tyler Booth. And of course, when I started watching him, he was just a guy on TikTok.
Any relation to Harold?
Well, that's
no.
what Harold messaged.
They are separated by an E.
Yeah, Harold Booth messaged and said how much he liked his last name. And I said, two of my favorites, separated by a little E.
So he went from TikTok to now he is a Sony Nashville recording artist that we did not know. I thought he was still an independent artist, and because in his music, but no, he actually signed with Sony Nashville.
Yep.
And tell you how he got his start. In 2017, he grabbed the attention of Nashville songwriter Phil O'Donnell and was invited to Nashville to sing a few demos.
Yep.
Shortly after, he actually released his first self-titled EP produced by O'Donnell. And then things just springboarded for him. In 2019, he was featured on Brooks and Dunn's reboot album on the remake of Lost and Found. And a little note on that, he was the only independent artist featured on that Brooks and Dunn album. Since then, he signed with Sony Nashville. He has worked or toured with Brantley Gilbert, Willie Nelson, Darius Rucker, John Party, Joe Diffie, Dwight Yoakam, many, many more. He actually was on a European tour with Darius Rucker for the past 3 months. His current single is "Bring on the Neon," and he actually co-wrote that himself with his country music hero Jamie Johnson. So that was very, very cool. Tall kid. I didn't realize he was as tall as what he was when he come in there and he's like, "Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "How you doing?"
Yeah, he's a tall kid and he is full of energy.
My God. I'm going to tell you what, I finally thought about it. I'm like, how would I best describe Tyler Booth? Because, and I've listened to several of his songs and things back and forth, and then how he performed on stage and also how he carries himself. So I've boiled it down to three people I can compare him to.
Okay.
Okay, number one, he carries himself like Hank Jr. Kind of carries himself like that on stage. Because he is that kind of country, that little bit of a rock and roll, a little bit of a country kind of vibe. His voice, you hear him on certain songs, he sounds like Toby Keith. I kid you not.
Yeah, some of his songs.
He sounds like Toby Keith, but his energy and everything on the stage, 110% Chris Ledoux.
Yeah.
Energy-wise. I know you don't see the Hank thing, but I do. Just
I
because,
don't
like,
see the Hank thing.
because I see him with how he on TikTok, how I've been with on conversations that he's had and everything. But I'll show it to you.
Okay.
You'll see it. But that is about the way that I can combine. He's like a combination of Hank Jr. And Toby Keith and Chris Ledoux.
Yeah.
So, but since he signed a record deal, as he says, I got paid. So he decided to write a song about it. So how about we play that one? Tyler Booth. Some songs, he sounds a little bit like Toby Keith too. So I told you, Hank, Toby Keith, and Chris Ledoux. He's all bundled up into one.
Do what?
The beat had a lot of Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The style of that song sounded. It reminded me almost of Mr. Can You Sing?
Country Boy Can Survive kind of beat.
Is that it?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Can You Folks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Country Boy Can Survive.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So
anyway, yeah, he was really, really good. He was a lot of fun to watch on stage.
let me tell you what, he comes out on stage and, comes out, immediately songs, he sings a song, ends the song, and I'm going to tell you what, the area we was at, it had people in there and they were scattered. He started singing immediately. Whoosh.
Yeah.
That whole area filled in. And when he got done, he was like, my name is Tyler Booth, and I sing real effing country music. Yep. And the crowd cheered, and then he was off. And he just went, he was all over that stage. He had a big old box of koozies, and he's singing, he's picking them, he's throwing koozies at people out in the crowd, interacting. And I'm like, this boy is a star.
Yeah. And after he was
done,
I'm
telling you, be on the lookout for Tyler Booth. I'm telling you, he I think is going to be the male version of Lainey Wilson. I really do. I
can
feel
see
that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Yeah, I can see that. And he was, after he was done, he was just like, you know what? You guys are too much fun. After this song, I'm coming out there with y'all. And he stepped over the monitors, stepped onto the big speaker that was on the ground, and jumped down and just walked into the crowd. That's how he finished his show off. So,
he literally, that's the way it was. He was like, no good night, no nothing. I'm walking in the crowd. I'm partying with my people.
That's right.
And everything. So great guy. Check Tyler Booth out. As far as, my favorites and everything, as far as these, the Boomtown Saints is our favorite duo.
Yeah.
Hands down. These guys, like I said, come on. They're second number one on the independent country music charts. The first one was number one for 12 weeks. We call them friends, and we can because we're Facebook friends. Legit. Not their groups. Personal Facebook page.
Right.
We are friends. Remember, guys, I'm ready to go on that world tour.
That's right.
I'll even go get a passport.
There you go. Well, first you got to do the cruise for Joe Leo over there.
Yeah, you got to do the cruise. I
know that would be hard for you.
I am for hire. For the right price, I'll do almost anything. Almost.
I know, right?
Not quite, but almost. So, is there anybody else that we needed to say hello to that we missed or anything like that tonight?
Not that I know of. And if I did miss you, I am so sorry. Let me take one more.
Well, while you do that one look, how about we go ahead and give everybody the lineup here at Tiki Man Radio.
All right.
Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Island J live cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's where the boots meet the beach with Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, streaming live on the MFG Tropical Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you catch the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Friday. Jen kicks off the weekend and tells you all the activities coming up on Tiki Man Radio and spotlights all of our sponsors. That's the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen every Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Friday starting at 8 p.m. it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun.
That's right. Have some fun. And also remember that Kelly McCool, Mr. McCool, and the student crew, they're on vacation.
That's right.
Just like me. So I bet they don't have to go back before me, though. So
no,
I go back to work in July. But it's later in July than I thought it was. So
right.
So I'll take the extra week.
Thank you. Well, before we go, I do want to give a big shout out to Mr. Jackson Turner. Hello to you.
Hello, sir.
Also, High Mountain Breezes. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Hey. We were just talking about you.
Yeah. Scott Sneed. Hello. And let me look. I think I've got everybody. I think. If not, I am so sorry.
Of course, we have music and artists that we didn't even get to tonight. And so we will revisit it.
We will be playing
We will, because Lou still has tons of photos and video footage to go through and edit. There's things, photos and stuff where you got to put music to. It's a production. And there's hours of video footage. So we will be revisiting and talking about some of these artists. And you're going to hear some of these artists on the regular playlist and stuff because, we had a good time with them, got to learn a lot about them. And so we will get to the music, and you're going to get to learn more about these artists in the upcoming shows. So if we didn't cover everybody, I apologize. If you're out there listening, we love you, and we will get to you. I promise. I tried to squeeze as many people in. It is 9:47, so we're.
Sorry, boss.
No, I thought about this.
Okay.
47 minutes over. I'm not 47 minutes over. Because if you remember, we have 3 sponsors.
One for each hour.
We have one for each hour.
That's right.
We have, of course, we got Joe Leo and
they do it everywhere.
Legends Travel, our JBL Travel Group. We have Goaltending Services and also Goaltending Outfitters. And then we also have Party Dog Entertainment. So, and of course, our live cam with MFG Records, they're right there.
That's right. Why don't we play their intro?
Huh?
Why don't you replay your intro?
Replay my intro?
Well, yeah, so we can get their whole commercial going.
Wow. Hold on. You want to start and end, huh?
That's right.
All right. How about we do this?
We got to tell everybody about them.
All right. Hold on. Here we go.
Tropical Country is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. When planning your next getaway, trust Joe Leo and his staff to make the most of your budget and design the perfect getaway. They specialize in cruises, all-inclusive resort, destination weddings, and much, much more. JBL Travel Group is only one phone call away, so give them a call at 732-831-5200. It doesn't cost you any extra, so why wouldn't you? Goaltending Services, GTS Charters in Key West, Florida. They offer unique, private, custom charters you can choose from: 4-hour, 6-hour, half-day, or even full-day excursions. Plus, they will provide you with all the amenities that you need while out on the water. But before you get on the boat, make sure you visit GTS Outfitters. GTS Outfitters is Goaltending Services retail store. They have everything you're going to need for your day out on the water. You can grab drinks, snacks, as well as get your GTS merchandise and souvenirs from local Key West artists. GTS Outfitters is located above the Hurricane Hole restaurant at the dock. For more information about charters or the Outfitter store, give them a call at 916-0990. Also brought to you by Party Dog Entertainment. Party Dog Entertainment is B-Dawg and Lou's event DJ service. They offer a customized DJ experience. They will work with you to create a custom playlist for your event, regardless if you have a graduation, a wedding, birthday party. It doesn't matter what the occasion. B-Dawg and Lou will create the perfect playlist for your event. B-Dawg and Lou are always the life of the party and will make sure that your group stays engaged and has a great time. Party Dog Entertainment is located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but B-Dawg and Lou will travel to your event within a reasonable distance. For more information, give them a call, 423-847-2454, or email at partydogentertainment@gmail.com. Party Dog Entertainment, it's a howling good time. Tropical Country is broadcasting live on TikiManRadio.com, the free Tiki Man Radio app, and the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. MFG Records, music for grown-ups.
There you go. How's that?
I love it.
I worked hard on that.
I know
you don't know how many takes it takes, and how many little snippets of pasting and cutting. Yeah, that took a while, but that's one of the things I'd been working on. So yeah, I don't think we ran over because we have 3 sponsors. I forgot. Party Dog Entertainment is a sponsor, so that last hour was on me.
There you go.
How about that?
Well, I do want to give a shout out to Miss Verona Corona. She just chimed in.
Hello
She
to
said,
Verona.
I completely forgot it was Wednesday. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We still love you.
So, who knows? We may end up just slowly evolve it into a 3-hour show, because especially when we got as much stuff to do, much music to play, and things to talk about, right?
That's right.
All right.
And Andrew Dean, hello to you.
Well, hello to Mr. Andrew Dean.
I think we're catching some of the people that don't make it on the air until later. So happy to see y'all.
Welcome to B-Dawg and Lou Late Night.
There you go.
Until B-Dawg goes back to work.
Right.
This is the after show.
Till B-Dawg goes back to work, exactly.
I should check and see if we're even streaming on the radio that Tiki Man hadn't kicked me off yet. But we do want to thank everybody. Like I said, we have a lot more to share. Just not enough time to do it, and we will revisit this here maybe next week, maybe in a few weeks. Of course, Mr. Mark Mulch will be here in studio next Wednesday, and we're going to talk to him with everything that he's got going on, and I'm sure we're going to hear some music. How about that?
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else that you got?
That is it. Thank you guys for chiming in on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who's listening out on the radio. Thanks for sticking with us for this extra hour. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we've had fun, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Uncle Alex, thanks as always. Our cameraman extraordinaire and becoming a regular on the show. I love it. Yeah. And he hung in with us that last hour too.
He did. His puppies are probably crossing their legs.
They are. You should have seen his face when I went, I think I'm just going to keep rolling. He just kind of looked at me like, you're what?
Austin's playing right now.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody. We thank our sponsors. We thank you for tuning in each and every Wednesday, because without you, we wouldn't have a show, because there'd be nobody out there listening. So we are appreciative of all of our listeners on the radio, on the YouTube. We appreciate you. And thank you to everybody last week that, we got to say thanks to Papa Joe and
yes,
for him and Kathy, who let us stay at their home. And so that was awful nice of them. They didn't have to do that, so we appreciate that. Thank you to Mark Mulch and the farmers market over there for hosting us over there and having a great time. And also thank you to the Tennessee Folds of Honor for having us as guests there. And of course, you can check out nice shirt. And also, most importantly, thank you to the CMA for allowing us the access that they have for the last 3 straight years. And we hope to make it 4.
That's right.
Unless we're tagging along with a country music superstar, providing security and all that. Then we'll have to talk about a different thing. But other than that, we look forward to being back to CMA Fest, and we actually have plans, and we're going to attempt to expand our coverage.
Yes.
That we upon every year we keep getting bigger. And this year we thought about other things that we want to do. But all right. So for that, we thank you for sticking around with us for this final hour, and we will be back here next week. But until then, it's Mr. Bob Shealy. Last song, last call. We're going to be rolling you back to base right after this. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I know it's been a lot of fun, but the set list is all done. The night was very loud and you've been a good crowd, but you know it's time to run. You've all been very kind, thank you for your time. You put me to the test as I try to address all of your requests for the night. As we look to the moon and the manager's protocol. Well, I don't ever want to end, but for now, my friends, last song, last call. A spirit with his clientele, and the drinks are flowing well. A beer sent from the bar and a healthy tip jar. A handsome tunes that I can sell. It's been a cool room, but it's ending too soon. And they remember to tip the bartender as they surrender to the tab. And they lip sync to the lyrics that they used to recall. Anytime I gotta say those words, oh no, last song, last call. Some came as ones and left by twos. Some still are dancing in their shoes. I break down the gear as we wind it up here. After the last song that I choose, it's the last ride near closing time. A final round chord as I strum the last chords, and the guitar returns to the case. Needless to say, it was a pleasure to play for you all. Here's to toast to everyone as I finally say last song, last